It is not appealing because for me, he is still appeasing Abuja because he's sacrificing his people. He has not condemned any killings. So he's still appeasing Abuja. And if you look at the trend, all of them are doing the same thing. Is it this one they call a Francis Nwifuru that carry face like Hamatan Pupu? If you look at him, you know that he's from what is it called? Fulani. Eh? Nwafuru was the anointed successor of Dave Umahi. Dave Umahi gave him the template and said, you must follow. Dave Umahi killed his own people uncountable times before he now begin to leak the annals of Fulani, and they gave him a ministerial position. So Dave Umahi passed the template to this Francis. You see, the governor who betrayed us by defecting to this APC just to continue and hide his atrocities that he committed and hide the funds that he stole from all the Ebonyi state. You see, he became a loud attack dog for Buhari and Tinubu regime. We saw everything that Dave Umahi did. Even now that he's sitting there as Minister of Works, that is his portfolio now. Has he ever brought infrastructure to our region? The answer is no. He dare not try it. He dare not. So this Francis election was in 2023. You see, and he continued with Umahi legacy of betrayal ever since he took over the office. He continued the militarization of all Ebonyi state. Because remember that time, Dave Umahi and Hope Uzodinja, all of them brought these soldiers to our territory in the disguise of training. Initially, they said training would take 3 months. From 3 months now, it has turned to 5 years. They are still there. This Francis has also refused to speak against the federal terrorist atrocities because I call them federal terrorist. He has refused to condemn. He has even aligned himself completely with Abuja agenda. Few months ago, we saw our women coming down, crying, protesting against the killings in the old Ebonyi state. Still, he did nothing about it. Now, look at the fifth one, Peter Mba. If you see how he wear nika, you think he's suffering from HIV. He will come out and be saying he's jogging. Jogging what? Jogging with security, protecting. Why can't he jog alone without security men and women protecting him? That one, the election was in 2023 and was contested by the Labour Party, which provided evidence of irregularities. We saw it that time. But the court ruled in favor of Peter Mba. You see how they just flipped everything. And ever since this one took over office, his own assignment was, first of all, come and attack it at home. You see, that was what he did. He said he still allowed the same thing to happen. Allow military operations in Enugu without nothing. In fact, if you come out to protest, they kill you on top of it. And he has also remained silent. He has also created his own Ebobagu group. Yes, and he has weaponized them to kill our people. His priority is Abuja. They pay homage to Abuja. They save Abuja instead of their own citizens. You see? So these 5 men here are not governors in the true sense. They are not. For me, they are not governors in the true sense because they are administrators of occupation. They are not. They are being installed and forcefully placed on the people, forcefully making the people to accept them. That is why they are there as illegitimate governors. They are not, because they are serving Abuja, not the interests of our people. You see, now these governors have moved from state house to slaughterhouse. Now, if we look at the mechanism of the state-sponsored terror, how they really operate. Hold on, let me send mic to you. If we look at how they operate, now, these governors, they will invite the Nigerian terrorist army into the state under the pretense of, restoring security. Because if they don't do like this, the insecurity, they are the ones creating it. So they are inviting military to come so that they can get their security vote. So they create this artificial insecurity. And at the end of the day, because of the alliance with the United Nations and Nigerian terrorist country, Antonio, the secretary to the United Nations, said, integrate terrorists into the army and send them to the eastern part of Nigeria so that they can kill Biafrans. So the governors, these illegitimate governors, took advantage of that. When they create this insecurity, They request Musa to give them these terrorists in army uniform, and then they send them to our land. And then the Nigerian army, under the direction of Musa, now we are no more hearing Musa's voice. Every evidence is out there, how they are killing Christians. Musa has gone into hiding. This time around, Shegun cannot control the information that is being out there, is springing out there in the media. Where is Musa today? Because Musa is the one that would deploy these terrorists. You see, he would deploy them and say, arrest, kill at will. And who are those that they are targeting? Our young men. And they will accuse them of being IPOB. Indigenous people of Biafra, they are Biafrans. So are they going to deny their identity? No. And they will kill our people without any trial, no evidence. Just execute them as you are going. It is an order. We heard when who was that? I've forgotten his name. One of the chief security that said, kill them. The matter will come to my table and you know what I can do. I've forgotten. Please, whosoever remember his name, tell me. That Port Bele man, Inspector General of Police, that one that always resembles a woman. I've forgotten his name right now. It's not in my brain now. He gave them that order when these soldiers came to our side newly. He said, kill them. The matter will come to my table and you know what I can do. News captured it. It was trending. You see, our women, our children, our elderly people are caught in crossfire. They target them during this military raid in all these communities. And then what is happening with the governors there? Illegitimate governors will just be silent, no condemnation. They don't investigate anything. Instead, they tell Abuja people, thank you for sending soldiers to come and kill our people. Because when it happens, the media will label us terrorists. They will label unknown gunmen. Meanwhile, there are a lot of testimonies and evidences out there that it is the Nigerian terrorist military that is killing our people. You see, because we saw in the old Imo state, what Obuzodinma did in 2021, when soldiers raided the Zombe community, we saw it. They killed dozens of young men. They burned homes. Obuzodinma said nothing. In 2022, this is just the little ones I can remember. When my brothers and sisters pick the mic, they are going to talk more. In 2022, we saw soldiers that massacred civilians in Olu. What did Obuzodinma do? Nothing. In 2023, we saw soldiers kill worshippers in the church in Old Imo State. What did Obuzodinma do? Nothing. Is it Soludo? In 2022 and 2023, soldiers raided multiple communities in Old Anambra State. They killed our men. Is it even those that came back from wedding? I remember they killed up to 18 young men, vibrant men. They wasted their lives. What did Soludo? Nothing. He did not do anything. Nothing. When civilians protest about military brutality, we can see today now, Emir of Kwara State is saying they should arrest, even though this is not our territory, but the same thing is what our illegitimate governors are doing. Emir of Kwara said, arrest the youth that are protesting against the killing going on in Kwara State. Because the Emir is also being installed by the full. Emir is a Fulani man. Now he has given an order for the youths who are protesting against the killing of their young men and women in their community. The same thing the illegitimate governors in our side are doing. Because they labeled us criminals, they labeled us terrorists, they labeled us unknown gunmen. So they say that we deserve to die. Abia State is doing the same thing. Soldiers conducted raid in Aba and surrounding areas, killing civilians. What did OT do? Nothing. He did not even make any public condemnation. Ebonyi State, the same thing. They have seen increased military presence since 2023. Nothing has been done. No report. They just closed their mouth silently. And Musa has been explicit in this agenda. To crush Biafran agitation by any means. This is the statement of Musa. Because these people cannot work without Musa. He publicly stated that the military will deal. My people, you remember. Because I had to crack this brain and remember some of these things that Musa used to say that time. That he would deal with those seeking Biafra. Musa said it. But now that terrorists have taken over the entire country, Musa has gone into hiding. He is not dealing with the terrorists. Instead, Musa is romancing with the terrorists, but he will come and flex his muscle in our territory using his terrorist army. You see what is happening? And he has full support of these 5 illegitimate governors. That is what Musa is doing. He has their support. So these governors are not just passive bystanders. No, they are active collaborators with what is his name? Musa. That is what they are doing. They are working directly with Musa. Now, if we go to Peter Obi that has gone to organize interview with a, what is it called? CNN. He was so proud to say, I'm coming to do this, I'm coming to... Peter Obi has a very bad record. Peter Obi is a manipulator. Peter Obi is the killer of Biafrans. That is who Peter Obi is. And that is why I applaud Rino Omokri that called him out and said that Peter Obi left more debt for Biafrans than any governor before him. Peter Obi is a manipulator. Peter Obi is the killer of Biafrans. Because under him as a governor, hundreds of young Biafran men, they were killed, murdered, and their corpses were dumped in Ezu River for crocodiles to eat. That was what Peter Obi did. Imagine him going to sit in front of CNN, and that Aisha that interviewed him, that Aisha is a Nigerian. I think that Aisha is a Biafran. Instead of Aisha to call our BRGIE government and get authenticated information, real life a report of what is happening, he went and interviewed a criminal. He went and interviewed the murderer of his people. You see, Peter Obi is a murderer. Because if Peter Obi really care about justice, Peter Obi will go and pay compensation to the families of the victims that they slaughtered like fowl when he was the governor of all the Anambra State. Yes. But then now Peter Obi is not doing that. He is jumping out again. You see? He is jumping out to begin to confuse our people. Oh, I'm going to contest. When I contest, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You see what Peter Obi did? Because he is often praised as a good governor. That is the picture he is portraying out there. Who developed Anambra? No, it's a lie. He even owed. He owed. He has not paid back what he owed. Hold on, let me say Mike, sorry. So that is the picture he's presenting himself. But his record on Biafra self-determination is very, very shameful. Because during his tenure, MASOP, Movement for Actualization of the Sovereign State of Biafra, MASOP, which was headed by Wazurike, all those members were arrested. This is the corpses that we saw in the river, floating. Crocodiles used them to do a feast. They were arrested, they were brutalized, they were killed by security forces in Anambra. What did Peter Obi do? Peter Obi was silent. He did not say bim. He did not say anything. This is the same man that has gone to CNN to present himself like an angel. Meanwhile, inside him, he knows he can never be the president of Nigeria. And nobody has cared to ask him what happened to the one you contested in 2023. Where is the result? Why are you still floating? Now you have jumped out to confuse Biafrans. Biafrans are now smarter. Even Nigerians don't even believe in you. Peter Obi now is, romancing with Shetim Gumi. Peter Obi went into negotiation with Gumi. Gumi is the head of the terrorists. That even Saudi denied him entrance into Saudi because he's a terrorist. Gumi is the negotiator. Gumi is the mediator between the Nigerian terrorist government and the terrorists on ground. Gumi is the one that came out and told Nigeria, do not threaten the terrorists again. If not, they will burn down Nigeria. And that was why the terrorists had that impetus to come out and hold a press briefing and said if they attack their camp, they will burn down Nigeria. Because they drew the strength from Gumi. And who is Gumi to Peter Obi? They are 5 and 6. Peter Obi is a Muslim man. Yes. Peter Obi is a Muslim man. Peter Obi spent most of his time with the terrorists than with Biafrans. After all, Peter Obi opened his mouth and said that Biafra ended, that there's nothing like Biafra. Yes. He publicly opposed Biafra agitation, Peter Obi. He denounced Biafra. And as he denounced Biafra, he has also denounced his destiny and the destiny of his generation and the family members. Yes, that is how it works. Because he called Biafra unrealistic and urged people to move on from the Biafra dream. How can we move on and abandon millions of people that died? How can we move on? That was what Peter Obi said. Because he has prioritized his relationship with the terrorist Nigerian government. When he come out like this and, confuse everybody, I'm going for presidency, people that don't have brain will believe him. Yes, they will believe him. He has prioritized this fake relationship over the aspiration of his people. You see, he is celebrated everywhere. Oh, presidential candidate. Oh, a symbol of new Nigeria. But many Biafrans have remembered his betrayal. He has never apologized for his silence. He has never acknowledged the suffering of Biafrans. Is it the Willie Obiano? That one that has run. His tenure was marked by one of the most traumatic events in Biafra history. We saw it. In September 2017, the invasion of Aonyendu's house in Afaruku. He played a role in it because the Nigerian terrorists launched Operation Python Dance too. It was a military operation targeting all IPOB members and supporters in the southeast. And in that September 14, if I've mistaken the day, please, you correct me. In 2027, these soldiers invaded our Onyendu's home. They killed at least 28 unarmed Biafrans. They were just there to protect our Onyendu. They were just there to listen to his teachings, filled with wisdom. Only God saved our Onyendu because he went into hiding and fled and left the Nigeria. If not, they would have killed him there. Did Willie Obiano condemn it? He did not condemn the invasion because he was part of the game. He did not demand accountability. He did not protect even the people of Anambra, old Anambra, from any military aggression. But today, he has run to the US to stay and enjoy his life. You see what they are doing? So after leaving office in March 2022, he relocated there to where other people have worked and put it in good condition for him to go and stay. And in the evening, he'll be walking around with his dogs. You see? So these people played, these Southeast governors, past and present, they played a very, very big role in the detention of Onyendu till death. Because Onyendu, everybody know when he was detained since June 2021. When he was extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya. We all know the story. And that is an illegal act under international law. But today, did UN sanction Nigeria for doing this? The answer is no. Even when they wrote lengthy letter for him to be released, giving Nigeria 6 months, did they do it? Nigeria did not comply because they know that their brother is the judge. They know the Secretary General Antonio is with them. They know that Antonio has already told them what to do to create more problems, which is what UN is good at doing. And he has been held in this DSS custody for 5 years plus now. And the court case, we can see how it is fluctuating. It's like epileptic in nature. Going forth, going forth, going forth, going forth. The case of Onyendu has become anthropogenic in nature. Because what is keeping this out of human activities? And who are these activities? Who are these humans? The illegitimate governors, past and present, in the southeastern region. They are the ones causing all this. You see? So despite multiple court orders granting him bail, he is still detained there. Tinubu came out and said, yes, Tinubu revelation was there, that the southeastern governors are the ones prolonging his detention. That is what Tinubu said. He did not hide his mouth. Why? Because he has released, what is this one? Igbo. He released Igbo, is it Igbo or whatever they call it? He released Showore. And then people started attacking Tinubu. Tinubu said, it's not me. It is his people that are keeping him there. But why can't he use his veto power as the president? Must he die in detention? Is that their prayers? It will never happen. It will never happen. Because they are saying that his release will pose security threats. Says who? He is a freedom fighter and he needs to be released. So Southeast governors, we will hold all of you accountable, past and present. If anything happens to our leader, if anything happens, we will hold you accountable. Because what Tinubu came out to confess was leaked in a private meeting that they had. He said no, when the pressure was too much. He said no, I'm not the one keeping him. It's the Southeastern governors. They are the ones preventing the release of Onyendu. Because these governors fear our leader. They fear his return. They fear his return so badly. They know that if our leader is released, that Biafra movement will gain serious momentum. They know, because now everybody's eyes in that so-called contraption Nigeria, their eyes are open. And if you go to Twitter, you see some of them say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu was right. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu was right. I say, really? It is now that you know he was right? It is now that you know? So imagine if when he is released, what will happen? They know that if Awonyendu return to the eastern part, which is our Biafra land, he will expose their betrayal. He will expose everything. Because he will pretend as if he doesn't know what is happening, but he knows what is happening. He's a spiritual man. They know that if he is free, he will hold them accountable for their complicity in the killing of our people. So they have lobbied the federal terrorist government of Nigeria to keep him detained. But what do they profit from it? They are profiting seriously. They are profiting. Because our leaders' detention has benefited these people financially and politically. So that is why they are keeping him there. Because as long as he is detained, and not only him, including his siblings, they are all benefiting from his detention in that place. Because as long as he's detained and that region remain unstable, these governors receive massive security budget from the federal government. That is what they are benefiting financially. Billions of naira are allocated for their security operations. So that money that is looted by the governors and shared with their cronies, that is what they are benefiting. And when they get this money, they will now run to the US, run to UK, run to Switzerland, and begin to buy properties here and there. We are calling on the Western countries to freeze all their properties, beginning from Obiano. Seize their properties. From this money now, they share this money to the saboteurs they planted in BRGIE. That is why they look for those that are vulnerable, like Ajere. Share this money to all of them. That is where the money is coming from. They are also gaining politically, because as long as Awonyendu is detained there and is labeled as a terrorist organization, these foolish governors can testify their collaboration with the military. They will justify it. That is what they are doing. And if you look at what I was reading online this morning, they say he should face terrorism charges. I don't know how true that news is. So they can blame unknown government for violence while ignoring the state-sponsored terror. So it is profitable. Our Onyendu's detention is profitable for these governors. His freedom is a threat to their power. That is what is happening, my people. And we are calling on the UN. I mean US, forget about UN. They can never do anything. Even the EU cannot do anything because they are the ones putting on this pressure, sorry. So we are calling on the US because every of them is running to the US. Peter Obi is in US right now. Peter Obi is a killer. Why should these governors be allowed to travel freely to the United States, to the United Kingdom, and all the European Union countries? Why should they be allowed to travel while their people are being killed? Why they are the one orchestrating their killings? Why should Hobus doing job vacation be in London while the soldiers are burning the villages? Why should Chukuma Soludo's children school in UK with the money from our land? Why? Why should he attend conference in New York while young men are being killed from his order? Why should Peter Obi campaign in the US? Why should he be interviewed in CNN? He took his campaign to US, Georgia. What is happening in the Georgia community? What is happening there? While refusing to acknowledge his complicity in the homeland. Why? Why should Willie Obiano live comfortably in America after enabling the massacre of our people? Why? Because the United States has a tool to hold human rights violators accountable. They should do the right thing and hold these people accountable. My people, remember the Magnitsky Act that we discussed few months ago, and global human rights sanction. They have the right, because under this law, the UN can impose visa ban on these killers. They can impose it on them. They can freeze their assets in the US. Even all the money that they have piled in there, they can freeze it. They can also prohibit US companies from doing business with these killers, because they are killers of our people. If you talk about European Union, there's something that they will do, because it's like, okay, go to court, I'm the judge, nothing will happen. But if they are listening, they can do the same thing. They can also investigate the role of these terrorist governors in their own state. They can hear testimonies. They can come to our BRGIE space and hear what is happening. They can read every news headline and hear what is happening. They can also impose ban on all of them, including their family members. That is what the international community should do for us. I will yield my mic here, because we don't have enough time today, so that Biafrans can also contribute. A lot is here to talk about these people that have been killing us. So I don't know, my co-host, briefly, you greet the house, then I didn't even know I've talked this long. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So my co-host, kindly greet the house, then we pass the mic, please. Thank you. Stanley, are you there?
Yeah, thank you very much, Tutos. I appreciate you. Sister Betty's hand, Honorable Betty's hand has been up, so let her speak first.
Okay, Mama. Sorry, Stanley, I didn't even know I've talked this long. Oh my God. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's
It's okay.
fine.
It's
Yeah.
That's
okay.
fine. At least everything you are
Well,
saying is falling into line. You are very correct and you are spot on. The name of that person you were asking of is IG Alkali. He is lamenting that Tinubu removed him when Tinubu came in. He said one time that anything that comes to his table, that he's there to deal with it in favor of the Fulanis. So can I continue now?
yes, go ahead. Go ahead. Go on.
Thank you, Stanley. Thank you so much. Wonderful Biafrans, lovers of freedom. My people, I thank you all for coming together once more. We will all be giving it woto to all these governors, serving the Fulanis, our enemies, especially a few of them. Not few, almost all of them. You know, why I always try to exclude OT is that OT is at least doing something that will benefit our people, but not 100%. Because our people have lived in squalor and hardship and poverty to the extent that even if you just come and throw sand on the road, they will start jubilating. So before I go ahead, I have to acknowledge my past leaders, Ojukwu and Effiong. Those men are they were not just combatant soldiers, leaders, but they were visionaries. Everything that they said, they are all happening, especially the last one that Effiong said, because when Ojukwu left Biafra to Gabon, it was Effiong who came to face the Nigerians. And you all know that they detained some of the soldiers until such a time that they decided to release them, including my uncle. So, my people, Effiong told them that if you do not handle these people, treat them well, that they will rise up. Why? Because we are not compatible. We were Biafrans before Nigeria, about 400 years before Nigeria was amalgamated by Flora Shaw and Lord Lugard. So, my people, we should stop forgetting the past. I always start from the beginning because I noticed since I joined the media team, I noticed that Biafrans, we have very short memory. I don't know why we are always in a hurry. Fulani do not forget. So my special greetings to my leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Nothing will happen to him. We are praying fervently that God will show himself in Mazen Nnamdi Kanu by healing him, touching him with his healing hands. Please, Lord, heal my leader, because we know that what you, God, cannot do does not exist. As for Fulani, nobody is looking towards their direction for the release of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, let alone the judiciary that is so corrupt. I do not believe in anything from that judiciary, from the lawyers of the opposition party to the lawyers of the defendant. Not at all, not the judiciary, because they are all corrupt. The judiciary in Nigeria has no independence. So the executive tells them what to do. And that's exactly what they are doing. So I pray to God that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that he will be released, and that our PM will not be forgotten in Finland. So God Almighty, please, these powerful men that God gave us, safeguard them, release them, both spiritually and physically for us. They have done nothing. They are doing what is right in the eyes of law and in the eyes of man to free their people. So Biafrans, stop forgetting your past, because you have to reflect on your past, think of your present in order to work for your future. Fulanis, they don't forget. When Usman Danfodio came, he made them all believe that Nigeria belongs to them. Sadwana of Sokoto, the same. He made his people realize that Nigeria is their own. So why are we Biafrans that we are dragged into Nigeria without the consent of our forefathers? Why do we always forget that we are the owners of the land? We are the indigenes. You cannot walk like local from Acapulco, what is it called, Futajalon, and come here, you want to displace us. Because they thought that what they did in the north, nobody said a word to them, that they will come to the south and they will do it. In fact, we are not south, we are Biafrans. I don't even know who divided that nation for them, north, south, and east and west. We are not English people, we are Africans and we are Biafrans. So my people, let it be in our mind. I will start from Obi first. Obi and Charles Soludo. You know why? Because it was our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Odumegwu Ojukwu, Dim Odumegwu Ojukwu of Biafra land. He was the one who brought these two men to the limelight. And through his APGA political party, they all emanated. And today, in fact, I don't know how his spirit will be turning in his grave. How these two men have disappointed Ojukwu. Obi was an APGA man, and he promised Ojukwu. He even took vow. Ojukwu told him, I haven't asked you to swear. He said that he will never leave APGA. If he will leave APGA, let him and his family buy. That's what Obi said. Ojukwu now made Igbos to vote for him. When Ojukwu had the first stroke, he never turned up. Uwazirike was inviting him. He only came when Ojukwu had the second stroke that pied him. And Peter Obi didn't do anything for that man that brought you to limelight. Wishy-washy. Obi is always this kind of person, holier than thou. But he is the worst human being you can ever think of. Holier than thou. You know, I will not talk about my experience with him so that people won't think, oh, because he didn't do what I asked him to do, that's why I'm talking against everything I will say about Obi. It's true. Obi bite our people. He killed them in numbers and threw them in Ezu River. At what is this place? He threw, that's Okuzo. That Okuzo was like a Golgotha. That's what Obi did. So those Biafrans in Chicago and is it Maryland, where he goes to, I don't know, Georgia. You should stop supporting bad governance. You should stop supporting bad governance. You Biafrans, you are all there enjoying yourselves, living a good life. That country you are in Georgia and Chicago, men like you people fought for it. Men and women. And you are all enjoying electricity, good hospitals, good roads, good schools for your children. And when your children are going to school, they will be in ties. They will be in ties and suits, carrying briefcase to school with phone. But look at our children. When they are in schools, there will be no roof. When rain falls, their leg will be inside the rain, inside the water. The whole school will be so waterlogged. So your children, you are all in America, enjoying yourselves. You don't think of our people. How many are these governors? If we are 70 million in Biafrans and we have 6 states, yes, because I will include Iguacha, 6 states. Iguacha is Biafra. Then you minus 6 governors with their 6 deputies from the entire people. You will know the interests of the masses and the interests of the governors. So those of you in Chicago and in Georgia, you should not listen to Peter Obi, because Peter Obi will not win. He will not. Nobody in Biafra land will vote for him. No election in Biafra land. And when it comes to Charles Soludo, all of them, they use Biafra to do their election campaign. Even Obi, when he went to Arise News, Obi said, oh, Biafra died 50 years ago. So those people he is talking to in Chicago and Georgia, are they not Biafrans? Obi is so very unashamedly toying with the interests of Biafrans. I'm telling you people, let nobody think of conducting any election in Biafra land. They have a memo that no Igbo man will rule Nigeria. And we are not interested in Nigeria, not anymore. We were forced into that amalgamation of 1914. Our forefathers never consented to it, and we will not consent to it. So if Obi is privy to that agreement, let him carry on alone and leave Biafrans alone. Obi is a very deceptive. Obi is very conniving and condescending. Obi is very nepotistic. That is Obi number 1. So my people, Obi is a very bad market for Biafrans. Very bad market. Let nobody price it or cost it, because you can't sell them to Biafrans anymore. He knew about this Tinubu's going to be the president, because Tinubu sponsored Buhari. And they promised him, you are going to be the president, while Shetima, the one that formed Boko Haram, will be his deputy. Shetima is the one sponsoring Boko Haram. And Peter knows it. He knows all this. But he deceived Biafrans, because that time they wanted him to distract Biafrans. And he went and did it, selling his conscience to the devil. Did he fight for the way that, what's his name, Tinubu took his mandate from him? He did not fight, because they were all in agreement. Obi is very, very deceptive. Just like the way Orabu Fulani, Imam Madabu, all these people deceive PM because the Nigeria in them is still working very fast and very hard. This is their modus. The way they work, the way they operate, they will come and pretend like a good person around you. PM trusted all of them. Look at the way they disappointed him. That's the way they disappointed Ojukwu, Soludo, and Obi. Soludo now, when Gumi, a whole professor, when Gumi formed, told them to arm and equip Biafra youths to fight IPOB. That's what Soludo is doing, a whole professor. But during his election campaign, he was talking about Biafra, talking about, today he doesn't mention Biafra. So they always look for a way to use Biafra to their own, benefit. My people, if we have to go on and on and on, we will not stop. All these governors are just very, very deceptive. They are using our people. They are using our brain. As our sister Tito said, she is 100% correct. They are using, all these governors, they are using Onyendu for their political career and for siphoning and making money. Because they will go to the federal government. They will tell them, oh, we need loan to fight IPOB, which is still the same Biafrans. They will give them money and they will send it abroad because all their children are abroad. My people, let me tell you, if you do not rise now to fight these people, burn all the state houses, burn them down, because they are bringing the army people that are burning your houses. What are we talking about? All their those government houses, burn them down. Their houses in their villages, burn them down, so that they will know about homelessness. Hope Uzodinma is in Abuja. Is Abuja in heaven that you cannot go to? You people will go to university, study, come out, and you will be just roaming the street, or they will be using you people as touts, as their errand boys. Is it for how long? My people, if you don't behave like a madman, your family men will not marry a wife for you. Fulani has been doing it. Who has condemned them? You cannot say, oh, we will not do that. Nobody will condemn us. But Fulani is doing it, and they are getting free. Even the Hamas that are friendly with Fulani Janjaweed, the whole Europe is now talking, let's go and recognize them. Why are they not recognizing us? The number of people being killed in Biafra every day and every week and every month is not even half of what is being killed in Ukraine, where a whole Russia is fighting. So my people, we cannot keep quiet. All these governors, wait to on down one by one. Everybody Fulani name all these things, and nobody is saying a word. Anything. All these governors, their deputies, all the politicians, they are the ones delaying Biafra coming. They are the ones delaying Onyendu, because they know that Onyendu alone is the leader of all those states that they are governors in their places. So they are scared of Onyendu. That's why they don't want Onyendu to come out. Tinubu said that he's not the one. Showore said it in Sahara Reporter, that he's not the one holding our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that it is the Southeast governors. If you do not see it, go and search. Go to Twitter, search for Sahara Reporter. What he said about this Tinubu's whatever he said about Onyendu. So my people, enough of our quietness, enough of our silence. Every day we will come here talking to you people. Unu chọziri ka ikwuo nke asị onye ekwu n'ekwu before una amalife unu ga-eme ndị governors a. One kafade, how many are they? They are not up to 20. The governors are only 5 or 6. Fanodo here ne delay unu. Those of us who are in diaspora, we want to come home. We want to come home. Or do you people think that we are very cool in this cold country? So my people, if I na yonu, bunu me ngwangwa, ke release onyendu release our PM. Makanandi governors they are the ones delaying us. Thank you people so much. And let everyone almost hail Biafra. Thank you, my people.
Thank you, Mama Betty. Okay, Stanley, you are there. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, my sister Tutos. Thank you, Honorable Betty. Greetings, everyone. My Honorable, you said it the way it is. You know, Tutos actually said the whole thing. She even said the one that the ones I had in mind to say, especially the one of the Ezu River. There's a video I saw. I think that was last month. I think I also posted that video. It was Wazurike as well. Mazu Wazurike. There was saying things about how he started the struggle, and how it all began in Lagos. And in the video, he was actually saying that, just like what our topic said, our topic says, the illegitimate governors are the ones behind their hands are behind Biafra bloodshed. That was what Waziri was saying on that video. It was like when this thing started in Lagos, nobody was killed. There was no record of one person, not even a single soul, was shot or was killed. Nobody was even shot, talking about being killed, until he came down to Biafra land. That was when the governor started killing people. The video is still, I'll try to reshare it maybe later, so that we all can see. He said that it was when he came down to Biafra land, upon the period he started the agitation from Lagos and the awareness he created, nobody was killed, nobody was shot. But as soon as he came home, the illegitimate governors started killing Biafrans. He even said that the P2B killed 100 a day at a spot. I can't remember the place he mentioned. They went for Larry. I think it was a rally. Yes, he said on the video. He mentioned P2B in that very video that I'm talking about now. According to him, 100 was shot dead. He also talked about Aba as well. He mentioned numbers that were killed also in Aba. And mind you, he said that when they started in Lagos, nothing happened. Then when they came home, killing started to happen. Dead bodies started to pile up. And these are Biafrans being killed by their own people that claim to be leaders because they want to serve the Fulani Caliphate. So once they kill, the Fulanis become happy. Like, yes, you are doing our bidding. This is what we want. This is what we want you to do. And that is what they use to retain their political positions. If you see them hustling for 2027, they want to retain their position. The only way they could do that is to kill Biafrans, because that is the only way. That was why Soludo was saying that all the kidnapping and all the whatever crime going on in our land and all the killings and massacres are being done by Biafrans, even though we know what Fulani have done to us, both in Enugu, Yamufu, and other places. But he has to protect the Fulani jihadists and target on our people so that he will have justification of killing our people continuously. For what reason? To get re-elected. Our sister Tutos narrated just now how Hope Uzodimma, that took third position, automatically became the governor of Imo State. He wasn't even the second position. There was someone that took second after the whole election. Hope was even the third. Even the second person didn't even make it to become the governor. Hope made it there because he was willing to do the bidding of the Fulanis. So when they are hustling either to get elected or to get re-elected, maybe they've been on a seat and the coming election, they wish to be re-elected. How do they get that? They have to come and kill Biafrans. Because that's the only way you can show Fulani, yes, you are loyal. If you are there to fight for your people, if they are there to fight for the Biafra people, to talk about the killings, to condemn it, to hold the killers accountable, the Fulanis and all that, they will never make it to be elected or to be re-elected. That's why when such thing happens to Biafrans, they keep mute. They act as if they don't know. So many times our Biafrans have been killed and they are part of it. Is it the ones that Wike did at Obibo? Is it the one at Okoma? At Okama? Which is an old Delta state. They will do that to please the Fulani Caliphate, so that is either they want to be elected or re-elected. So when Wazwike brought down Biafra struggle, P2B killed over 100. That 100 that Wazwike was giving the account of was killed just in a day. So will I say in some minutes, they were all shot, dead in cold blood. And this is actually different from the one of the Izu River that we are talking about, that most people know of. Others we also kill in Aba. I don't know who was the governor of Abia State as at that time, Imo State. These people, when we say they are illegitimate, they are really, really illegitimate, because most of them are not there for the people. They don't care. They are there for themselves, for their families. Meanwhile, their families are not even in Nigeria to start with. They're not in the zoo. Talk more of being in Biafra land. They are not even in the zoo. They are not even in Abuja or Lagos or anywhere in the zoo. Talk more of being in Biafra land itself. And most of them already have dual citizenship. They've secured their paradise abroad. And they'll come and use some of us to do their bidding. Because all these killings, it is Biafrans they used to do it, to do them. And I don't know how long we'll continue to be deceived, we'll continue to be foolish by allowing them to use us most of the time. Because that's the part that pains me the most. Because they can't do it themselves. They know very well that zoo can never be fixed. They know very well there's no hope there. They know there's no future. That's why they've created the future for their family abroad. And how many times have you seen their family members come back? Maybe to help them do whatever they are doing, their shambolic politics. They don't. Most of us don't even know who their children are. Most of us can't even identify their wives if we see them abroad to start with, or their kids. Obiano finished his 8 years. He flee. You think they don't know? They know Nigeria has no future. So while they are there to amass wealth, personal interest. That's just why they are there. We all know this already. So once they are through, piam, they are gone abroad. That is where they will live and die. Then all the people they've killed during the time, they are governors. Who will account for them? Nobody. Those ones are dead.
We can't hear you, my co-host. Away. Okay, while waiting for him to come back, Toti, are you there? Maybe internet has dealt with him. Toti, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but maybe, I don't know, maybe we should give him some few minutes to see if we can be able to come back and finish the submission before I go on. Should I go on?
Go on. He can wait when he comes. He's the co-host. He can talk another time.
All right, no problem. Thank you very much, Honorable Tutors, for hosting us once more again today and bringing the house together. Let me see this opportunity to salute the great and genuine Biafrans that are here on the space. And I say greetings to our Honorable Minister Betty Ford, our own mama in the house. Yeah, greetings to you. Mazi Elias, greetings to you. Mazi Solomon, greetings to you. Mazi David, Queen Beauty, greetings to you. Our own Dan Wabo, greetings to you. Biafran Free Energy Tech, EHG, greetings to you. Our own veteran Dragon, Rage and Fury, Biafran Live in Bahrain. Our own senior citizen Stella, Mr. Joe, Jimmy, you're welcome. Senator Eddie Funky, Elewendane, Simon Epa, Alex the Great, Okorie Otufor, Silver Blue, Rose White, Echo Scan, and our own Mazi Stami on the listening section. Tutors, maybe you need to send him the co-host again. Mazi Stami is in the listening section. Bring him up. Vision, Robioran, Chivo, Uchenna, Igbo Godwin, Ikoro, Maka Odima, Emeka Onoha, and the rest of us there in the new section. I say greetings and welcome to the BRGIE stage today. And we'll have a very interesting topic that we'll have up here today because it has now become our war against this illegitimate governors who are the hidden hands behind the bloodshed of the Biafran people in Biafra land and all over the places in Nigeria. So, although our host and tutors have highlighted on the topic that we'll have up here today, and she has also hit so many vital parts regarding what we, the Biafran people, are passing through in the hands of these so-called illegitimate governors that are just sitting their ass down there and also collaborating with the Fulani Islamic jihadist and Nigerian government to steal the blood of the people they claim that they are governing over and also protecting. And, the key point here is the P2B, because some people might ask, why only P2B? The reason why we are so interested in P2B is that P2B is a snitch. He's the most dangerous of them all. And we should not forget, P2B was the first governor that spilled the blood of the Biafran people when Uwazurike was still pushing for the freedom of the Biafran people under the umbrella of Mazor. P2B was the one that gave the Nigerian terrorist government a go-ahead to start killing Biafra. P2B was the one that opened the gate of hell against the Biafran people. We should not forget that, because some people will say, why only P2B? Why only P2B? Because the atrocities of P2B against the Biafran people are enormous. They are so much. And we are not saying it for saying sake, because, you know, we have so many evidence, video evidence, voice evidence all over the places. When the Biafran youth that were, protesting for the independent state of Biafra, then under the umbrella of Mazor, which Uwazurike was the one championing the struggle by that time. They killed hundreds of our people and dumped their body in Izu River. And P2B denied, when that incident happened, P2B denied that he was not in Anambra State then, that he came to know about it when he traveled for this and that and that. But God so kind, when their shenanigans and their so-called selection for presidential election was going on in 2022, P2B confirmed that yes, he dealt with the Biafran people. He confirmed it on an interview. It's like that interview was granted to him by one, maybe Niger something radio or something like that. I've forgotten, but I remember. Somebody called into that program and asked P2B a question. Why is he not saying anything about the activities of IPOB? And P2B fled up and said when he was the governor of Anambra State that he dealt with the people he called his own brothers and sisters, with the people he claimed to be governing over. And that was where the genesis of the killing of the Biafran people regarding the struggle for an independent state of Biafra came into place. That was how the Nigerian terrorist government started killing our women and children, killing our able-bodied men. They were only carrying flags and megaphones. The way citizens that are not satisfied in a country will protest. But P2B commanded the military, the terrorist military of the Nigerian terrorist government, to massacre our people. And in the process to hide the evidence of the killing, they went to throw those bodies into a river so crocodiles will eat the body. And up to today, P2B is still the one causing more death of our people in that contraction and in Biafra land. We also what happened in their so-called shambolic selection, 2023, their shambolic presidential selection. Because the selection is not election. Whatever that is happening in that contraction is based on selection. They already know who will be the next president. They already know who will be the next governor in every other state in that contraction. So what they are doing is selection. The hunger of P2B to become the president of Nigeria also caused the life of our people in Lagos. Also caused the destructions of the property of our people in Lagos. And P2B did not say anything about those killings that occurred that time against our people in Lagos and the demolition of the properties of our people. P2B said nothing. Because of his own selfish interests and the dangerous political game that is playing in Biafra land for the Fulani politics. P2B said nothing about it. There were videos that was trending then. There were people were being massacred in Abulado and other places in Lagos State. P2B said nothing. And now he's coming out again to deceive our people. Running from pillar to post. Going to the Alimajiri North to sit down with Alimajiris to eat lunch and dinner. A place that terrorists have ravaged and still continue to ravage for so many years. All for the sake of his own selfish aggrandizement and dangerous political game that he's playing. Now let me come down to the other illegitimate governors. There is no good governor or half good governor or half baked governor in Biafra land. No, not all of them are the same thing. They are operating under the template of Usman Danfodio. From Opuzodima to Soludo to Oti to Francis Mufuru and Titamba, all of them are under the template of the Fulani Caliphate. Which infrastructure is OT building? Let's just be sincere with ourselves sometimes. How can you be building infrastructure when your people are hungry? Is that the number one priority of a governor? How can you be building infrastructure when the lives of your people are in danger? How can you sustain that infrastructure when the insecurity in your land is in a very high alert? How can you sustain it? What is the long-term sustainability of that thing you think you are doing? What is the long-term sustainability of it? Moreover, not the last time to lie to everyone that Abbas State will be having electricity for 24 hours. But today there's still darkness in Abbas State. It's all about Takia. The citizens of the old Abbas State are being kidnapped and killed on a daily basis. What is OT doing to stop the Fulani people that are killing these people? These so-called people he claims government. When Alex Ortiz discovered dead bodies in where is this market in Abia State? Please, somebody should remind me. I've forgotten. Mazistan, where that Fulani abattoir in Abia State that they discovered so many dead body bones and skeletons.
I've forgotten. I know what you're talking about, but I've actually forgotten the.
Please just escape my mind.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to see if I can remember.
Any justice regarding those people. that were killed and buried in those markets. Still, those Fulani that are committing those atrocities are still there. They are still there. No one has been held accountable for the blood of Biafrans that was spilled on that land. Why is OT not talking about it? Why is OT not holding anybody accountable for the death of our brothers and sisters that were killed and shallowly buried in that market? Or you want to talk of the Udelele using all of them are the same thing. Any governor in Biafra land that cannot be able to challenge the status quo of those Fulani oligarchies are under their template. If you cannot challenge their status quo, there's nothing you are telling me that I'm listening to you. Their sins and atrocities are enormous. But because we don't have much time, we'll just break it little by little and, remind our people the atrocities that these so-called illegitimate governors are collaborating with the Nigerian terrorist government to commit in our land. When there was a killing of soldiers in other states, the military came and started kidnapping our women and children. Where are those people? Have OT been able to release those people? Those people that were kidnapped by the military, have OT been able to go and bring those people back? And OT knows that those people are innocent because they are innocent people. They have nothing to do with what happened on that fateful day. Has OT been able to bring those people out? So many of them are still languishing in jail today, for something they know nothing about. How can you be claiming that you are doing something for your people when you cannot protect the life and property of the people? If you finish building the so-called fake infrastructure, which people will utilize it? Is it the ghost of those people that will come and utilize it? Or is OT not aware of the injustice that is happening against his people? How many of them are speaking for the Igbo people that their properties have been damaged today in Lagos State? How many of them are speaking? How many of them have made an official statement or official press statement regarding what the Lagos State government is doing to the businesses of the Igbo people in Lagos State? How many of them have made a statement regarding that? Is it not their duty to protect every Igbo person in every region in that contraption per se? Is it not their duty? That when a Biafra man is being intimidated in any state in that contraction, they have to speak out. Because they are citizens in diaspora. Soludo is not saying anything. Hope Uzodinma is not saying anything. P2P is not saying anything. Alex Oti, all of them. All the politicians, nobody is saying anything. Why the Nigerian terrorist government continues to commit this economic jihad against their people, most especially in Lagos State? They are quiet. They continue to pump in their terrorist military in uniform into Biafra land, and all of them are silent. Today, all of them are now running to Douglas House, IKOM's house, to go and greet the Jagaban. The same Jagaban that is still holding our supreme leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. The Jagaban will still come today and finish with them there and go. They will move on now. The Kanu will still remain in detention. And tomorrow they will come out and tell you they are doing. What are they doing? They are doing nothing. Because they are the one body margin the Kanu in that DSS facility. All of them, the whole political persons or the so-called elites, because I don't like calling them elites, because a political elite is supposed to have the best interests of their people at heart. They are political criminals and thugs. There's nothing elite about them. So they should stop using that name and we should stop calling them political elites, because there's nothing elite. They should go and know, they should go and read up the meaning of what elite means. Does Biafra land today look like where someone that calls him or herself a political elite is leading? Where there is no constant electricity, where there is no pipe-borne water, where there is no conducive roads, where insecurity, of which the insecurity is the one, they are the ones committing, orchestrating this insecurity in Biafra land. And at the end of the day, they will turn it that it is the activities of the Biafran people regarding the agitation for their freedom that is causing the insecurity. They know the truth. But none of them is doing anything to vindicate this just cause that we are fighting for. Because they are all appointed and put in those positions that you see every one of them. At least people were so foolish to make it own very obvious to every one of us to say that yes, without the approval of the Sokoto man, the Aliman for he will not get the approval to become whatever he wants to be, of which we all know. P2B will never be anything president in that contraption. And again, I want to come down to our people. To some of you that are still vying to vote for 2027. There will be no election in Biafra land. Because after the experience you had in 2023, and you still come out again to do any campaign for any idiot in Biafra land, you will have yourself to blame at the end of the day. When the same Nigerian terrorist government will come after you, you will still have yourself to blame. You will see cry, they will come and destroy your businesses. And P2B will not say anything. They will come and kill you inside your house, and P2B will not say anything again. Now is the time for every one of you to open your eyes to see that the only solution to this humiliation and persecution that you are passing through in that contraction is Biafra. These people have no power to save you from the grip that is holding you. These illegitimate governors, they don't have what it takes to free you. Except you have decided to become a slave or decided to be a slave in that contraction. And I think let me use this opportunity also to make this announcement. There will be no October 1st of the Nigerian terrorists independent in Biafra land, although the Biafran Defense Forces headquarters already made that publication yesterday. So please pass this message across to every of your loved ones back home in Biafra land. Although the so-called drug lord president of Nigeria have partially cancelled it, because it's like maybe they don't have military anymore that will do the marching for them tomorrow. Where are their militaries? All their militaries and they are kissing the dust on a daily basis. But they will not come out and say it. They have partially cancelled the October 1st. But maybe before tomorrow now you will hear that yes, there will not be, because they say there will be no marching. So they have actually, cancelled it. Maybe they don't have enough military anymore. Now is the time for every one of us to prove to all these illegitimate governors and their handlers that enough is enough. We should stop falling for these after 4 years promises that has not become into fruition, that will still not come to futility. Now is the time for every one of us to say no to this humiliation and persecution that is being meted upon us on a daily basis in that contraption. Doesn't matter who's or this God. You have nobody speaking for you except the Biafra Republic government in Biafra. All these illegitimate governors are sold out. The legitimate politicians in the so-called Southeast are all sold out. The only governors and ministers that are speaking for you today is the Biafra Republic government in exile. And the ministers that are doing the work around the clock and all over the world. Because that is the only place your head can come from, according to the scripture. That is the only place you will be liberated. That is the only place you can find solace regarding what you are passing through in the hands of the Nigerian terrorist government. And everybody, even the so-called another election that is coming up in November, you all have seen the Dubai, the homosexual drug addict Soludo have given you for the 4 years now. You have seen the Taiwan. You have seen the mega city that he promised you. And he's still by to, come back again the second time. Anybody that called him or herself a full-fledged Biafran that is still coming out to support anything election in Biafra land, we have him or herself to blame, because they will still deal with you. So Ludo will never collect that Akodo that he gave to Ndakodo to be breaking your legs. They will still be breaking it, and you will still be crying, and you will still be dying. So Ludo will not take that pump action away from those Udogachi terrorist military security outfit that is using to kill you on a daily basis. They will continue to kill you. The best thing we all can do for ourselves now is to abstain from anything called Nigeria. Either you are in Biafra land or you are outside, the best thing you can do for yourself to be safe anywhere you are, for now that Biafra has never been recognized, is to abstain totally and stay away from any illegitimate politician that is vying for any position in that contract. Stay away from them, because if you continue to attach yourself with them, the only thing you will be to yourself is death, sorrow, and pain. Because they are cursed people. They are cost people. Is it the P2P that couldn't fight for his so-called stolen mandate that will come to fight for you? The same P2P that is not saying anything. Is he the one that will come now to say something? He was not able to defend, he was not able to defeat the drug law. That was not even an incumbent president then. Now that the drug law is an incumbent, he will now go, how possible is it, my brother and my sister? It's not possible. It's just common sense for you to understand how these things have been done. Stop allowing people to deceive you. They have tried to use him to quench Mazen Namdekan, but still he has not been able to wipe away the legacy of Mazen Namdekan. Because that is the only reason they brought him out in the first place for the so-called presidential something. Is to use him to derail what we are doing through Mazen Namdekan. That is the primary objective why they brought out Suludu in the first place. I want every one of us to understand this. But he failed. Now is the time for every one of us to come together. What we need now is unity of purpose, of one purpose. And what is that one purpose? It is the total independence of Biafra. That is our only solution. Anybody that is telling you anything out of this one purpose, that person is just deceiving you. Because they will send you to go and campaign. The Nigerian terrorist military will see you. They will deal with you and they will not say anything. And nobody will be held accountable for that unjust treatment. Or maybe you might even lose your life at the end of the day. Nobody will be held accountable. The whole people that was killed, the whole Biafrans that was killed in Lagos in 2023, how many people have been held accountable for the death of our people there? None has been held accountable. If we fail to do the right thing, we will continue to suffer this unjust treatment that is being meted upon on some daily basis by the Nigerian terrorist government. So the only solution to our problem is Biafra. Nothing else. You have nothing there. They will never allow you. Because from time immemorial, you have always been a target. The way they don't like seeing Israel prosper today is the way they don't see you. If they have their way, they will just eliminate every one of us out from the surface of this planet Earth. I'm telling you guys, they tried it in 1960, in 1967. They tried it. The evidences are all over the places. We will see some of some British colonial bandits, because I call them colonial bandits. They are not colonial masters. They are colonial bandits because what they did during the time of slavery, banditry. Let's call a spade a spade. They should not be, baptizing. What they did is banditry. What these Fulani people are doing is what British, and I believe the British taught to them what they are doing. Go into people's land, invade them, steal their property, sell them for slavery. What Fulani do is not what they did. So it is the so-called slavery did not stop. They handed over that thing to these people, and that is what they are still doing. When you disagree, they invade you. Kill your men. Take your women. Rape the one they would rape. Sell them to slavery. And you think you can get justice in the court of your oppressors. For some of us that are still believing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will get justice in Abuja, we are just joking. The momentum we put out there as a people is what will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The momentum we put out there is what will release our Prime Minister. And that is what will force the Nigerian terrorist government to come to a round table to discuss with us. It is the only momentum we put out there as a people. Coming together to form what we are doing. So the Biafran Defense Forces can be equipped to the teeth and come out to the streets to confront these blood-sucking demons head-on and chase them away from our land. That is the only way we can be free as a people. But if we continue playing sentiment, we will continue facing this inhuman treatment and the regretment and the regretty treatment upon ourselves. We are the people that have the power to stop them. And we need to stop them, and the time is now. We need to stop them now. Not tomorrow, not next tomorrow, but now. Chase all these illegitimate governors out from our land. Because if we succeed in chasing them off our land is fully liberated. Because the reason why most of these police, Nigerian terrorist police are military is because of these people. Once they are out, once the administrative of Nigeria is out from our land, what are they still doing there? So they are still the reason why these terrorist military and police are still having the monopoly to kill us on every slightest provocation or even unprovoked. They are still the reason. But it will not happen by just talking. It will happen by acting, and acting through a Ejima and Ejim. Just like as Honorable Minister Betty said, we coming out here to talk and talk and talk every time. We start doing what we're supposed to do, which is the needful. We will not make that headway we all are aspiring to see or aspiring to have in what we are doing regarding our freedom. We need to sacrifice our all regarding this freedom. We need to sacrifice everything. Selfless sacrifice. Our Supreme Leader is an embodiment of it. Our Prime Minister also. Our Supreme Leader gave up his life for this freedom. Same thing with our Prime Minister. Gave up his political career and his life as well for this freedom. And see where they are today. But some of us are still looking for comfort when we are fighting a brutal war against a demonic government like Nigeria. Now is not the time for comfort. Now it's the time for aggression. Yeah, greetings to every one of us. The earlier we wake up and smell the coffee, the know the only thing that will take us out from this situation we find ourselves as a people, which is what the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing, and also the Biafran Defense Forces are doing back home. The earlier, the better for every one of us. Yeah, I would like to see so other comments can be able to make the solution. So thank you very much, Tutor, the host, and also the co-host, Mars. Yeah, I use my mic. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Toti. Thank you so much. You really did justice to this very topic. Like, man, sustain serious injuries in their loyalty. How do they prove their loyalty? They must kill Biafrans. They must be against their people. That's the only way you can prove your loyalty to the Fulanese. You dare not speak when your people are being killed. You dare not speak when your people are being marginalized. Look at the number of checkpoints we have back home. How many of them is speaking about it? A lot of things are happening in those checkpoints. People are being killed. People are being shot because of because of 15 naira, 100 naira. Someone will be shot dead, and that's gone. That's it. When you die, you don't die. OGOJA was killed. He's a musician. We know about it last year. What did he do? Nothing. What happened after he was killed? Nothing. What did the governors do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Did you hear that the governor of Enugu State did anything about the OGOJA? Or did you hear that as in if they ask you what transpired after he was shot, his families, how they are being cut out for, what happened to as in whoever that shot him and all that? Can you give account? You can't, because nothing actually happened. Because they have to kill Biafrans to please the Fulanese. And when they want to renew their political position, like Soludo is fighting to do, they will intensify the killing to prove themselves worthy. Because that's the only way. You must be the enemy of your people before you can be in a political position. Take, for example, the governors, the ideas are very obvious. But when you look at someone like the one they call Udene, the one that speaks so ill about our leader, Mazen Namdekan, or the ones we popularly known, which is the King Gulago of a person. Have you taken your time to ask yourself, what does Ikenga do for a living? Have you taken time to ask what he does for a living? He does nothing, but he's being placed in a payroll. His job is to fight against your people. The same thing the one they called Udele. The one that I had that it was so that helped to release or something like that. They don't have a shop. They don't have a job. If they say they have a job, they should tell us where they work. If it's a factory, if it's a company, if they say they have a shop, they give us the address of their shops where they do business on a daily. Let us go and verify. They have none of this, but they are on payroll. They just relax, attack your people, come and talk against your people, who will pay you. You don't need to work. They've been placed on the payroll to turn against their people. That is Fulani for you. They'll pay you as much as you want. Ikenga is on a payroll of these governors. He doesn't have to work again in his life. He just have to come out every day and work against his people. And he's being paid for it. Talk against the freedom of his people. Destroy his people. Talk down on Biafra. Demonize Biafra struggle. Destroy everything concerning Biafra. Just come out every day and talk ill. And every monthly you get paid, he gets paid big time. So he doesn't have to go look for a job anymore. And from there, maybe they will give him a political position to rule you. And you can imagine what happens when such a person rules you. If he's dealing with you this way, now he doesn't have any political position. Then when he's finally given the position, because they've seen him prove himself worthy. And he proved himself worthy by killing his people. They will be like, yes, this is worthy of the position. Because all of them don't have a job. You have to start there first to understand what we're talking about. But they feed well, they clothe well, they pay their rent because they are on payroll of these governors. All they do is wake up and plot on how to destroy your freedom, enslave you, and they'll go to any length to do that. And they are being protected by these evil people, the illegitimate governors. It is something we all know. I strongly believe we all know these things. But then I wonder why we act as if we don't. If certain thing you've done for a very long time and it doesn't work for you, you need to change. If you are the type that each time they talk about elections, you jump up and go and get your PVC and go and vote, and then you've voted for like 10 years, and it doesn't work for you. If you're wise, you would stop, because you know this is not working. Even if I didn't tell you not to participate in any shambolic voting, you should be able to tell yourself that, because from your experience, you already know it's not working. From your experience, you've already known that these governors have killed your people. You've already known that these governors are not working for you. You've already known that if your people are being killed, they wouldn't speak, so that they won't provoke their masters, which are the Fulanis. Who are the Fulanis? That's why there's no amount of killing that happened in Biafra land that you see these illegitimate governors come out and speak boldly in defense of their people. It has never happened. If it has happened, show me the video clip. All the killings that happened in Ihamufu, show me one governor that came out and spoke boldly in defense of his people. Show me how many armored tanks that were sent to Ihamufu to rescue Ihamufu people. None, right? Then what are armored tanks doing in Okigwe? Because they have sworn to enslave you, and you are playing into their hands. Some things are what we should advise ourselves by ourselves, based on our experiences. I'm going to stop here so that others will speak.
This organization, criminal is. I will call Soludo the intellectual who became an enabler. That is the name I've given to all of them. Yes, because Soludo was respected as an economist, even as a former CBN governor. I thought he had brain. You see, but instead of him to maintain that that status quo he had, he uses intellect to do what? Justify state of violence, justify the killing of Biafrans. Because he has publicly, the same man that said you cannot kill an ideology. Okay, when he said that one, he was on suit. If you can remember, I remember when our prime minister played that video, he was on suit. Maybe that was why he said, oh, you cannot kill an ideology with guns, because he was on suit. But ever since he became the governor of the current old Anambra. He doesn't wear suit anymore, and that is why his vocabulary has changed to calling a IPOB terrorist. You see, terrorist organization, criminal organization, ignoring the fact that IPOB is a non-violent self-determination movement, and it has been recognized by international law. He has forgotten all that. He only remembered the day he wore black suit. I think he used red tie. And he has defended the terrorist operations in our land, especially in his state. Even when our civilians are being killed, our Biafrans are killed, he went as far as creating his own talk group. So many, all in the name of fighting our BDF. And they know very well they cannot win this war. They cannot win it. He has even refused to meet with Aonyendu. He was bragging that he will go back. But since he got the first warning, can he go back? He cannot go back because it was all under pretense. He went there to mock Aonyendu the first time. He went and took picture. I don't even know who gave them the opportunity to take this picture, just to validate any wrong thing. In fact, let us really open our eyes. Anybody that goes and meet our leader again and take picture, know that that person is coming to be a saboteur. Soludo did the same thing with Aonyendu. Went there, took picture, came out to justify, oh, Aonyendu says stop sit at home. Accountability 25 did the same thing. They started going to meet our PM, took picture with Attorney Marian, went to court case, took picture, came out and sabotaged what we are doing. I think we should be very, very vigilant with all these people that are taking pictures here and there, and be alert, because the pictures that they are taking is to come and destroy. That is what they go there to do. So, what is his name? OT, Francis, and all of them, they are not exempted. Their hands are all stained with blood. They will never, never go free in what they have done against Biafra. And we have said it, how they are, involved in the continuous detention of Aonyendu. These people at the same time, these governors are also profiting from this state-sponsored terror that they brought to our territory. Because the federal terrorist government of Nigeria, they allocate billions of naira to them for state operation. And what do? They will pocket this money. They will pocket it and share it with their family members. That is what they are doing. They will share it with the saboteurs that they planted in our government. You see, they share the money with them. Because Obuzodinjo in 2021, Obuzodinjo received 5 billion for security. Where did it go? It wasn't for the protection of civilians. Most of it disappeared into his private pocket. That is why you see them have PA1, PA2, PA3, PA4, PA5. Even Soludo received billions in security allocation since 2022. Yet the state remain militarized. He has not sent them out. All that money for what? To give to his son that is schooling in UK. And civilians continue to die. So for me, the pattern is the same in all of them across the 5 states. They have the same pattern. Massive security budget, so you see it is there. No accountability, continuous violence, so everything remains the same. Mary, you want to, I think Toti picked the mic before you. Let me hear what Toti want to say, that will give you the mic. We have a 35 minutes. Toti, are you there? You want to say something again before I give the mic to Mary?
Yeah, go ahead. Give them maybe the mic. We'll come back later.
Okay. Oyayiban, you have the mic. Thanks.
Our own way of understanding. Biafra.
Biafrans in particular. So, those things are the things that are aggravating all these things that you're seeing all over social media. And because of our people are not following, that is why They don't know the impact that the Biafran Republic government in exile and also our acting prime minister is putting to expose this Nigerian terrorist government and their collaborators, which are these illegitimate governors that we are seeing all over the places. And you see, this killing has been going on and on and on. Have you seen any of these illegitimate governors from the so-called Southeast that have said anything about it? None of them. Go to their social media pages and handles. You will not see them condemn, and they claim to be Christians. P2B claim to be Christians. They claim to be a Christian. But Christians are dying. They are not saying anything. They are not even making any effort to stop that killing. But tomorrow you see people be running to Vatican City to see his brother Arinze. Even Arinze, that is even a Vatican City, is not even saying anything about the killings of Christians. Cardinal Arinze. Because we need to be calling all these people out. Cardinal Arinze is not even saying anything. And this same Cardinal Arinze, our supreme leader, have gone to meeting to discuss this killing of Christians. But he did nothing about it. He's a brother to Peter.
Yeah. My brother, they are all puppets. Forget whether Cardinal Arinze or Pope Arinze, they are all puppets. Honestly, that's what they are. Because as long as you cannot boldly speak for your people, in defense of your people, man, you're a puppet. A typical example of who we should call our leader, we know already. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, PM Simon Ekpa, Mazi Okechukwu, whoever that speaks, Sonia Barawa, and even us that are here that speaks for defense of our people. These are the people you should regard. Because if you're waiting for Cardinal Arinze because he's called a cardinal, do you think him being a cardinal automatically makes him not to be a puppet? Then you're thinking it wrongly. It doesn't matter someone's title. Title has nothing to do with one's personality. Title doesn't define the personality of a person. The title is just there. The personality is the personality. Look at somebody like P2B, his personality. He can go as low as sitting down on the mat and eating food with an almajiri, but he will never speak in defense of his people. Never. Even if Fulani enters one community and slaughter the whole community from A to Z, believe it or not, Cardinal Arinze will not utter a word. I have no respect for title. I have respect for personality. Your personality is who you are, and it's what makes you. It is that uniqueness of you as a person. That's why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remains a threat. Our PM remains a threat. Our APM remains a threat because of their personality. It's not because of their title. It's not because of Onyendu or Supreme Leader that is attached to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name. It's not because of PM that is attached to Simon Ekpa's name. It's not because of APM that is attached to Okechukwu name. It's not because of Information Minister that is attached to Sonia Barawa's name. It has nothing to do with their titles. It is entirely their personality, their uniqueness, what made them different from every other person. They are the people that are standing and speaking in defense of their people. That is all that matters. Whoever that stands and speaks in defense of you, you must hold that person high esteem. Forget rubbish title, cardinals. Even if he becomes pope, I don't give a fuck, because he's never gonna speak in defense of our people. He's still a puppet. Even if he becomes a pope tomorrow, he will still remain a puppet, because that pope is a title. It is not the personality of a cardinal. It's not the personality of Arinze himself. I don't give a fuck about the cardinal attached to it. I care about the fucking Arinze. What's his personality? That's why they refuse to raise him as Nnamdi Kanu, because they know his personality. They're not fighting him for his title.
My brother, I beg, we go soon close. Sorry, you. You see why we have to be calling these people name? It's very, very important. I have someone in mind. I don't know whether you people, they watch this.
A better job. Graduates in Nigerians are roaming the streets. They are all unemployed. There are no hospitals. That is why all the politicians, including Tinubu, will flee to France. After going to France, he will go and receive, better health treatment. He is saying that all these things are there in Nigeria. Better hospital. Why does he travel and leave Nigeria? Why did Eme die in UK? Why is it that all of them will go to UK for treatment? Why is it that all of them will go to France for treatment? If all these things are there. Sick people die daily because doctors are on strike. If you go to Saudi, most doctors are relocated to Saudi. There was a statistics on that Nigerians doctors are leaving. There was a news few weeks ago that doctors in Nigeria are earning 2 million. Is it 2 million or 20 million per annum or so? But if they go to UK, they're earning 50 million naira equivalent. That is what is happening. There is no electricity to power any equipment. How can these doctors operate without electricity? And he's coming out to lie. If he's talking about telecommunications, every day MTN is adding tariff to their citizen. You cannot subscribe for data. The minimum one, before you say hello, everything will finish. They are taxing. You are paying tax in every data you subscribe. What is Tinubu talking about? Quantity without quality is useless. The system is broken. Nigeria should be divided. Nothing is working in Nigeria. Nothing absolutely is working. He is boasting of schools and hospitals. You see, in Biafra land, we see only neglect. We see decay. We see deliberate underdevelopment. Meanwhile, the resources comes from our region. That is what is happening. So why should Tinubu come out and lie to the whole world that everything is working out well in Nigeria for his own citizen? All these universities that he has listed, 274 universities, 183 polytechnics, 236 colleges, once they graduate, they don't have jobs. That is, if at all they complete their years of education. If a program that you're supposed to do 4 years, you end up doing 7 years because lecturers are always on strike. Because Tinubu is not paying. They are using the money to fund terrorism. They are using the money to pay bandits. Bandits are on payroll. So what is Tinubu talking about? There are no good roads because all the roads are filled with potholes, and they're doing it intentionally because once you enter the road that they have potholes, kidnapper, you must slow down, and kidnappers in the forest will come out and kidnap you, cut your body part. If you don't have ransom to give, they cut your body part and they sell it. So what is Tinubu talking about?